moment. If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it in the ring. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it in the ring. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it in the ring. You can't do it in the moment.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, hate me if you can survive if I let you. I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's gonna stop the Macho Man Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg net. For the punks and the perverts, this is how it works with Terry Funk and Knox Baker. Check Isman and Barbie, they got the cheap seats, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, in your head is the man from Australia to Japan.
Shake down the road, old kid, back to Mississippi. We are bigger, we are faster, and we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, and we're live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, as Coast likes me to say, the most honest man in all of podcasting. Some say the most honest man, full stop. Handsome, Hollywood, Jackie Jones, along with my left-hand man for the evening,
The Flea. It's me. It's me.
Booyah! The two sexiest men on the internet. That is the truth. That is the truth sayer right there. The soothsayer, as they say. Dustin Nance. Yeah! And we got Coast in your head over here. My boy, my buddy, my pal, my amigo, my compadre. Coast in your head.
She's singing along.
He is, yeah. Before we get into the wrestling, real quick, hit that like button. Boom, yeah. Pound the like button. Pretend it's whose face? Pretend it's Swax's face. Just bam. Big sack, right? No, he's a good man. But pound the like button. Subscribe. And if you would like to help support In Your Head, you can join the Headyverse. It starts at only $3 a month, goes up to $10 a month. For $10 a month, you get your name across the show, become a producer. You can Venmo anytime at Headyverse. You can send in a super chat and all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Share this out to the world. Share it on your Twitter, your X, your Facebook, your MySpace, your LinkedIn, your True Social. Send it over to Grindr, wherever the hell you are, and let people know about In Your Head. All right.
Let them know. What does it hurt?
Yes, this is a good point. We're going to get into this. Didn't know if I was watching AEW or ECW last night. Yeah, this was a this is a fucking crazy show.
Or one of those
like a combat zone,
crazy
with better like wrestling.
Well, yeah, but the Hostile movies. That's what
right. Yeah,
we're almost going into for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, All Out from the Now Arena in Chicago. I used to go to Chi-Town. Always had a good time watching
Looked like
AEW.
the live crowd was having a blast.
Yeah, great crowd tonight.
Yep.
Packed building. Crowd was super into a lot of pretty much the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Really the whole show, and it was
even the
wild
pre-show and stuff. The crowd was into.
Yeah, so I got home at 7, and I did not realize that I missed the very first match.
As did I. I didn't realize that it was a 6:30 start for like
Yeah.
the pre-show.
So I went for my walk. I was like, I'm getting home plenty of time. I turned on, it was like 7:03, I want to say, and I see people walk there. I heard the Acclaim music, and they're talking about a clean one, and then I saw the
Yep.
Iron Savages kind of broken down walking out. I was like, oh, I missed that. That would have been, I'm sure that was a fun match. I did not get to see it, though. The Acclaim beat the Iron Savages.
I also missed that one because at 6:58 I walked through the door with a bag of Chinese food and some Charlie's cupcakes and sat down, turned on the TV, and yeah, same thing. It was like, wow, this match is just ending.
Where the hell's my cupcake?
Right here. Just come on over and
All right.
you know what their special cupcake of the week was, or the day, or whatever.
What's that? My special cupcake's Dustin Nance here in the chat.
Ooh, this was Almond Joy, which
Oh, that sounds good.
was probably just about as good.
Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds
Mounds
don't.
be
Just
cold.
sometimes you feel like a nut.
Boom, boom.
Sometimes you don't. You think they'll strike us and be like, we own that?
That's true. That's true. They're gonna sue us for millions.
Dustin says, ooh, I love nuts. He loves the Almond Joys.
as all people should. If you don't like
No.
Almond Joys,
The other guy here, Incher, he hates Almond Joys. He's anti-coconut.
you kidding me?
No, I think we should slap him around a little bit.
So he wouldn't even see, because I can understand if you had like a nut allergy and you got to eat mounds instead. I get that.
Yeah. You know
But
what
not
I
to
think?
have either one, that weirds me out.
If you have a nut allergy, in your head's not the place for you.
That's probably very true. We get a little nuts up in here sometimes.
So no, it's gonna be a good time. So yeah, I missed that match. Sounded good. Let's see here. I'm gonna be honest. So I enjoyed the pre-show tonight, but there was a lot of just very random like groups of people. I thought we had
Agreed.
Hologram, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. And aren't Sammy and Dustin like tag champs? But also
They're the Ring of Honor tag champs. Yeah, they beat those other two Nimrods.
Bennett.
Yeah, the guys who were in another one of those matches. There.
So this was a little confusing me. So Sammy and Dustin are tag champs of Ring of Honor. They're all Dustin's also 6 trios champ with the Von Erichs.
Yep.
And he's in another trios match without his trio partners in the championship, but with Hologram. So it's not a huge deal, but for me, like you should have a little bit of like. This was a kind of a senseless match, to be honest.
Yeah, if you're gonna have him and Sammy, just have it a bunch of tag teams.
Yeah,
you know, like have a triple tag team for the belts or something.
Yeah, or have him in the Von Erichs.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a triple, then do it that way. So
not him and his tag partner, and then another guy that's not involved with either of them.
I think Dustin's getting greedy now. He just wants just want to tag with. Then it's going to be me and the Young Bucks for their belts and somebody else.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Like the match was fun, but I just didn't get it. Hologram's in there. It was my first time. I heard a lot about Hologram. He needs a cooler mask. He's got the cool light up jacket, but he needs a cool mask.
Yeah, and he does some wild moves. He's really, really talented. Yeah. But you're right, boring mask for a really skilled guy.
And then God, I'm sure these are nice dudes, but the Dark Order, it's way past the expiration date on the Dark Order.
We were talking about that while we were watching it, and it's like, well, you could still salvage Silver because, the crowd still gets behind him.
Yeah.
Don't have him be a heel, though. Turn him face. Put him with Orange. Put him with Orange's group of guys.
Yeah, he's very popular.
And you'd be fine and dandy.
He doesn't have he's not as popular as he was just because, like, I can't say they squander his momentum because he got hurt, like, in the middle of his big push. But still, he deserves better, honestly.
Yeah, but the other two guys you can lose right now. Like, you could drop his partner and Evil Uno.
You know what? They're in the other match.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, they were versus the Premier. Well, just take that part and take in for the next match. But they were versus the Premier Athletes team that I'm just like, nah. They're like, I think Tony Nese is good, but he's completely void of personality.
No personality. Same thing with Josh Woods or whatever his name is. The guy with the fang mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
They're
good.
Do all the good moves and stuff, but he has no personality either.
Yeah, maybe if they had a better manager, because Smart Marks, he just fucking sucks.
He's terrible. If these guys were with Prince Nana, I think they'd be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, this whatever. Then we had the Bang Bang Gang, who I'm big fans of, the Guns and G from. They were versus the Dark Order. So take what we just said about the Dark Order. Put here. I'll say this: Evil Uno wearing the tie and the shirt, at least it covers him up. So that is a better look.
But is he trying to become Mick Foley, or what's happening with him?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to? He looks more like an office guy.
He is Leatherface at the office.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Maybe do vignettes where he's working in an office, and he's pissed because he lost his stapler. So I don't know.
Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that if we watch Ring of Honor, maybe that's what's happening with Evil Uno.
If you had a thing where he's just a guy in a cubicle, but he has this creepy mask on, okay, he's not gonna be a big deal, but it could be maybe a fun, low end character.
Yeah, they used to have. That's the one thing I do miss about Dark, because a lot of the sub main event guys, that's where they got to all do their new gimmicks and stuff. So, and sometimes they'd catch on. That's where they started doing the Workhorsemen and the a lot of the Dark Order stuff. They would start there and then move up to the big leagues.
There's something to be said for some character low end guys, even when the AEW started, when they had I hated the library thing, but after he was the librarian and he was pretty
Peter Avalon.
That was a fun low end gimmick. He's not going to win titles or anything, but he's a guy that so you're into the match a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a character like that is good for maybe you can.
And they kind of worked his whole group. I think weren't they the Workhorsemen, because it was
and a bunch of those mid or whatever.
Guys. The Wingmen, that's what they were, right?
They actually had some fun vignettes, and then it ended.
Yep.
When they came out with signs. I haven't seen the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny. Butcher actually is on once in a while, but he's not with the others.
Did the Blade get hurt?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Blade, and I think Bunny has actually been let go.
Yeah, I think she might be working for TNA or something.
Yeah, I think she went back to TNA. So I think she's married to Blade, so maybe he left. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I see Butcher once in a while, but he shaved off the big stash and stuff, so he doesn't really have.
Yeah, he kind of took away what made him unique, which
I always thought there was something there, but I think it's been 5 years. I don't think there's really ever going to be anything to the guy at this point.
That was another team, though. It was neat when they first came around, because I knew nothing about them, and it was kind of fun to see them develop.
Yeah, I thought they were good. They never really. I think it's a combination of they weren't really putting angles, but they also were good, but not super charismatic. So it just never caught on. Something just didn't really connect with the audience. It wasn't. I don't know who's. I wouldn't really blame. Maybe it's a combination of both the company and them. I
think all the guys got hurt a little bit. Blade would miss a couple of weeks, and then Butcher would get hurt, and he'd miss a little while.
Yeah, and they were with various people. They were with one, because when they first debuted, it was kind of lame because they came out and beat up Cody, and they acted like everyone knew who they were, and we're like, who the hell are these guys? And then, but then they wrestled, and I thought they were good. And they were with a few different factions. I kind of feel like they were with MJF for a little while, maybe originally.
They may have been, and I think they were with Hardy when he was evil.
Yeah, that's career suicide.
Or
career death being paired with Matt Hardy.
Yep.
He took guys that were over or had potential, and they just became complete nothings.
The poor Private Party, who was
one of he killed their careers.
When they first came in. I loved those guys. I
they were really. Of them. They were one of the overacts in the first year of the show.
Yep.
So
Then they
this
went
was
with Hardy, and it was all over, And
Yeah.
I think then Sammy started his feud with Hardy, and it was pretty much over for
Yeah.
him at that point.
So this was, this is more of an opening match to me than the other one because they're established groups. So and the Bang Bang Gang went over. Bang Bang Gang went over. Bang Bang Gang, yeah, they went over.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them. Juice Robinson.
Same here.
I think Juice Robinson's underrated. I think he's really good.
I think so too, and it's
the
too bad because they haven't had all four of them together in a while.
Yeah.
So I think once Switchblade gets back and they can have all four of them together, I think they really are going to get on a roll.
Yeah,
that's what
I hope so because I'm a big fan of them. The Undisputed Kingdom, who I'm not big fans of.
No,
I do like Strong. I mean, I did when he was yelling at him, but now that he doesn't
he's
yell,
kind of become real dull again. You're right.
Yeah, he's just he's fine. He's a good wrestler. I could not give a shit about Mike Bennett or Matt Taven.
No. Those are the dullest guys in wrestling.
The Shane Taylor promotion, which
I do like Shane Taylor a lot. I think he's really good.
He has to do something with his look because he's good, and I think he has personality and he can talk. But and I'm not even saying he has to get jacked or anything, but he has to get his gear is very just bad looking.
It is, and I think I'm a little more forgiving because when he was in Ring of Honor 7 years ago, when he was with Shane Lee, or no, what's his name? The big guy that used to be with Swerve.
I disagree, Dustin. I think he's better with the team. I think they all work good together. But I think while Switchblade's out, maybe though you could try Juice as the leader of the group.
Absolutely.
But I'm not sure who he was with. Shane,
the guy that used to be tag champs with Swerve.
Brian Lee. Brian, is it Keith Lee?
Keith Lee. Yeah, when Shane Taylor was tag team with him, he was 450 pounds, and then he lost 200 pounds, but it all stayed in his ass.
Yeah, it's a big butt.
Yeah,
I think there's something there, but I really think he needs I'm not saying he's. I understand
even
he's gonna be a big dude
up a little.
Yeah,
bit,
a little bit. He's got to. That's what I always think. What's the only bad part about Eddie Kingston?
Yep, agreed.
And
because he's a good talker and he's real good in the ring too, and he throws one of the best looking punches I've ever seen. Looks like he's just knocking the guy out,
And then just randomly the Beast Mortos, who I think's awesome, but he doesn't go with this group whatsoever.
No. Yeah, he just they just summoned him or something for reasons.
And so they bring Beast Mortos in, and he's great. The fans are really into him. He's got an awesome look.
Oh yeah.
But they really just use him as this guy who's just he loses most of the time, or he's in this random 6-man. I love AEW; it's my favorite promotion. But there's stuff like that they could be better at.
Oh yeah,
bring this guy in, just have him in squash matches for a little while, and then start pairing him up with some other people.
Yep.
So people know who he is. Because they're already into him, but if he never wins,
with,
another lucha guy.
So right. And he could be kind of their badass that they bring out to mess people up,
Yeah, no, there's something there, but it's just when they bring someone in that in, and he's just in these random matches, even if they're into him after a while, people are kind of nah, whatever.
Yep. And I think that was the problem with the pre-show. You're right. All the matches were good, but they all kind of blended together.
Yeah, because we had so many matches with so many people.
Yep.
And then the top look, I really like Top Flight, but this gimmick's got to go. This is when they're dressed as what are they? They're not. What are they supposed to? They're pilots? Or they
I think they're mechanics
crew?
or something.
Mechanics
I don't
of a
really
plane?
know.
And a stewardess?
Yeah, she's ridiculous too. You can't be the foxy stewardess if you can't walk in heels. So they gave her these little half-inch pumps.
This is a bad
and she could
gimmick.
barely walk in those. I don't know where they found her. If she's somebody's real life girlfriend, but keep looking.
Yeah, this is bad. This is like a bad 80s job gimmick or something.
It so
Like,
was.
this is not good. This is not good. That's a good
This
team
was like the
action and dirty
pug and the
shit.
plumber coming out or
Yeah,
something,
this is bad. This is
Like,
bad.
we got the flight attendants and the stewardess for reasons together. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Dustin, it's just a silly like, they're really good. I enjoy watching them. I mean, I know they don't have a ton of personality, but honestly, I'd rather just see them as these three guys who do cool moves than
Oh,
this.
yeah. Because they're great in the ring.
Yeah. The time for that kind of thing is like long past. Like, I'm not saying no
Agreed.
gimmick, but you can't that like the when your gimmick is like a job, like another like occupation, it's never like good.
No, that never works.
It's like he's the dog catcher or something. Like, he's like the wrestling mailman. It's like, well, if they're pilots and a stewardess, but so they just jump off the plane and they go in and wrestle and go back on the plane. Like,
That's it. Then they fly to the next town. So
yeah, and they don't
they
make
grab
enough
the man
money.
scout and they're like, let's go.
They don't make enough money in AEW. They have to also have like full-time jobs. I don't understand. MJF defeat. Oh, so we opened the show with MJF, which I was a little surprised about. And
He seems to like to do the opening matches, though. Like, if he's not the champ, like,
yeah,
which is kind of cool because it gets the crowd really pumped up early, which is nice.
so a few weeks ago, when it looked like they were doing this match, maybe like over a month ago, when they were kind of even teasing it, which they almost teased that it was going to be at All In. And I was like, I like Daniel Garcia, but it's a huge waste to MJF. And I still thought that, I was like, man, it's not it's not something I'm really that into. It'd be fine for a match on Dynamite. Then Wednesday, fantastic segment with MJF and Daniel Garcia. The best by far promo Daniel Garcia's ever cut. He really went toe to toe with MJF. They were, really cutting each other with they end up cutting each other, but with like verbally really going at each other, which I liked. And then MJF left him bloody. So I was like, oh shit. I think Daniel Garcia, because the first time he started to show like some personalities when he's doing the dance, but that's not really something that's gonna like elevate you to a main event guy.
No.
Like it can
I was
elevate you
kind of
to just a
happy he
fun
lost
guy.
it, which I thought it was a cute thing, but
Yeah.
then he just do it nonstop during the match, and it got a little old.
Yeah, it made him like, oh, the guy does the funny dance, and that's
Yeah.
it. And so it's like the big wiggle. It's very fun, but it's like
Yeah.
you're not gonna like main event WrestleMania doing the big wiggle or something. So then in this freaking match, match blew I was like, I don't know what's gonna follow this. So this was just awesome. MJF, Daniel Garcia. At the time I thought this is probably gonna be match of the night, but we had some great stuff throughout the show. It's still up there for probably 2 or 3 match of the night. But you could argue it's the best match, and I wouldn't say you were wrong. So yeah,
It
this
got
was
everybody
awesome.
out of their seats. They were like crazy. This crowd was just so into it.
Yeah. And so I was thinking like Garcia's gotta win because like if he loses, like kind of keeps him the same level. But the way they did this match, it elevated him even in the loss because he went toe to toe with MJF. Didn't look like he was the weakling. And then the post match stuff was really good.
Agreed. Like I loved it. I thought it was so good. And both guys just really like went all out. I mean, how long was that match? It seemed like they were going for a while.
So I have it on Wikipedia here just so I could know like the match order. 23 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Third longest match of the show.
And it wasn't like no rest holds or anything. They were just going. It was really good stuff. Yeah, they did.
MJF, great seller. I think he's kind of underrated as a wrestler. I mean, I guess people will probably recognize that, but I think a lot of people still think him as like a great promo, which he is, but he's also a fantastic wrestler as a babyface or heel.
Yep.
As a serious heel or a comedic babyface, he can do everything.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of those guys, like, just put him in there, and whoever you're bringing in, he'll be able to work with him, no matter who.
I actually really thought it was a mistake turning him heel again because he was so over, but I don't know. He can really
kills it as a heel too.
It works. And I thought maybe I always think he's going to be the heel that the crowd will cheer no matter what and boo the babyface. But he's a real talent to be so good and keep the crowd booing you. That's very hard to do in modern day.
It's so true. There are like two guys on the roster right now that I think just like have the crowd eaten out of their palm as a heel and can just make them instantly root for the other person. Him and Okada. Like I don't know how
I'm not going to
Okada
agree
did
with you
it.
on that one, but
Really? Because when
yeah,
he just does like everybody's calling for the Rainmaker and he flips them off,
yeah,
and
well,
like
that's
the
fun.
place they just hate the guy. I love it.
I would say Christian.
All right, Christian. Well, Christian's just a dislikable guy anyway.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hated him when he was a face, so you know.
Let's see. I can do without them always spitting on each other. I thought it worked in this match. It was gross. I'll give you that. I don't like to see, but I thought it
This was
worked in this match.
some gross shit tonight. I gotta say on AEW.
Yeah.
There was some good like lungies being spat at people because
Yeah, it was very white.
they
thick,
like
man.
stayed right on them on their faces, and people
Yeah.
were just like, "Hey, look at this all over me."
Are you ready for John Reddy? Yo, John Reddy.
I think we are.
So the next match, the Young Bucks. I was like, the Young Bucks, you ain't gonna be able to follow this one. Versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, and wasn't on the level of the previous match, but it was a really entertaining match, and the crowd was hot for it.
Yep, we got everything in this one too, because like Young Bucks with the vest, with my sneakers on, like just killing it, and Claudio doing the great big man stuff, like.
Yeah,
he went in and just did his power stuff. He's taking both Young Bucks and flinging them around. It was great. And Wheeler can work with anybody too. He's just
I'm a big fan of Wheeler Yuta. I think just a really talented guy. I really was hoping for Claudio and Wheeler Yuta to win.
I thought they were going to. I got to be honest.
Yeah, and I thought maybe it's a mistake, but then later on, maybe it's why they didn't win.
And they're also packing tag belts too, right? Aren't they?
Oh, are they?
I think so. They and Pac. They have the 6-man belts now.
Oh yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So, all right. So I was watching this with our mom, and every match she's like, "What belt's that one?" And after a while, sometimes like, I'm not really sure. And so
I was kind of the same way.
I love AEW, and everyone knows that, but far too many titles.
Oh yeah, because when you start juggling in the Ring of Honor belts, and then
some random Japanese belts people have, and they don't even reference what they are sometimes. Like I wasn't really sure. I couldn't remember because our mom's like, "What's the other belt that Monet has?" And I was like, "I think it's a Japanese belt, but I don't really remember."
That's the New Japan Strong. So it's like, and see, and that's weird too because it's not even the regular New Japan ladies belt. It's the New Japan in America ladies belt.
Yeah.
So it gets a little confusing.
She's a big Swerve fan, Dustin, and MJF. She loves MJF and Swerve. She hates the Young Bucks.
Oh, that's good though. That's they're supposed to be hated.
Yeah. She also really likes Pac. So the next match was so that was a really good match. Young Bucks win. And
Claudio's swing was awesome in that one too.
Oh yeah.
He had Matt in the swing for like a good minute, I think. It didn't seem like, and then they fooled me on that one. AEW's great at doing like the false finishes where you swear it's gonna be the finish. And that was one of them in that one, because Claudio, who beat everybody with the big swing.
Yeah.
And so he had him in that one forever and then dropped him down. I'm like, oh, that's it. And it wasn't. So that was good.
Where were we here? So yeah, that was really good. Oh, so Will Ospreay. Oh, by the way, Young Bucks. So who's like, who do they feud with for these titles now?
Is
there like a hot team?
I don't know. Are the FTR, are they still around? What's
Yeah, they
going
were on
on
the
with them?
pay-per-view, so I mean, you could do that again. This would be what they're. I think that's a thing like the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. You could do it for as long as both teams are around. So yeah, you can go back to FTR. I think people used to complain originally that they didn't just keep doing like match after match after match, but I think it was smart because then you could go back to the matches over the
Oh
years
yeah, yep.
instead of doing like 20 in a row or something.
I don't know. They pushing any other like
That's what I'm trying to think. I mean,
new
the
tag?
Acclaim's always there too.
Oh
Really, it's
yeah,
like
that's always good.
the acclaimed Young Bucks and FTR are really the three teams that always get pushed. So I was trying to think of some other teams that you could put up there because, like, I like Top Flight, but they're not really elevated to that level yet.
Yeah, maybe like the Guns, the Bang Bang Gang. If
Yeah,
you
you
know,
could,
if
but they're heels too.
yeah, that's true too. But they're heels that like sometimes the crowd gets behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think you need a hot team that's not been against the Young Bucks before.
Yeah, it's funny because for the longest time you'd always think of
They had so many
AEW as so
belts.
many tag teams,
Yeah.
but now with a lot of the guys either individuals are hurt or they're having contract things looking elsewhere or whatever. So yeah,
You got
I'm not really sure.
Aussie Open, but the one guy's hurt.
Yeah.
The Dark Order, you can't do that.
One that I think would be interesting is
House of
the
Black, I guess you could do some.
yeah, House of Black would always be good. Or if some of like the New Japan guys are sticking around since their US show, I think the Mighty Don't Kneel. So like the main two guys, they just won the the New Japan Strong belts. So I
Mhm.
think like they might be kind of cool if they want to bring them in.
I know they were, Motor City Machine Guns been like talked about going to either AEW or WWE. So I mean, that would be. I think if you brought him in, you'd want to bring him in for like one big like run,
Yeah. Yep.
and so I would probably go pretty quickly to a title run, or not necessarily a title run, but them against the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree. Because then, see, I think that was their missed opportunity with like
The Hardys.
the Hardys. Yeah, like as soon as you
They
got them
just
both
didn't have enough.
together,
They
they
didn't have
should have.
enough left in. Yeah,
No, they probably didn't. You're right.
but I
I
think
remember they had a few good matches, like when he
instead of
first
really
came
having
in.
any other match, I think you should have just did like some dream stuff, them versus the Young Bucks, and maybe them versus FTR,
Yep.
like 2 or 3
Yeah, because
big
at least
things.
those teams could have made them look good regardless, even if
Just
they
saved
were
them
like
for
shells of themselves.
yeah, and just saved them for pay-per-view and did
Yeah,
like just a few matches for the whole year. Kind of like
agreed.
you Sting, to be honest.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Because once you started to
Make
see
it
them,
special.
regularly, it's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, yep. And each week it seemed like they went a little bit downhill.
Yeah. I think House of Black is pretty over too. So you
Yeah,
could
that would be pretty
do
cool, I
any
think.
two with a House of Black, maybe. I don't think they've ever done House of Black and Young Bucks, so that would probably be good.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Another thing about the House of Black, why did they ever take? Because I just thought of it because she was there at the beginning. Um, why did they ever take Sky Blue? Or no, is it Sky Blue? Is that her name?
Yeah, she was on the show. She's like got a broken leg or something.
Yeah, she broke her ankle, but
Yeah.
why did they take her away from Julia Hart? Because she was so good during that time.
Yeah, I don't
And now
know.
it seems like she has no personality and
Yeah.
no gimmick again.
Yeah, that actually worked. And I didn't think it would, but it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, because even the local crowd, and she's a local Chicago girl, they were like lukewarm when she came out.
Yeah.
Even being hurt, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's her."
Yeah, they were honestly pretty dead for that
Yeah,
promo.
yeah,
Joseph
which
Bruin in the
surprised me.
house. Mm-hmm. If you're watching on Facebook, we thank you. But if you would like to join the chat, come on over to the YouTube. I know it's very late here. So then we had Will Ospreay versus Pac, and another
This was my
fantastic
personal
match.
favorite match. Like I just thought this was off the charts, just so amazing to me.
Yeah, this was great. So we had like and then 4 really great matches in a row in the next one. Yeah, this was awesome. This was
Yep. See, I
Will
sometimes forget
Ospreay's the
how
real
good Pac
dominant.
is.
Yeah, Pac's great too when he's
Yep.
healthy.
And then when you put him in there against a guy like Ospreay, it's just like magical.
Yeah, I think Pac works better as a heel, even though he
I
can be
agree.
popular. Will Ospreay's just the total package.
Oh my God.
Because like you've got a lot of great wrestlers, not he's an elite wrestler, but you have some of those kind of guys. Maybe not, like a real top, like elite level guy, but he also has charisma off the charts, great promo, and he just connects to the audience right away. Got everything.
I think they
really
have that like 3, like him, MJF, and Swerve, I think, are the guys with really no downside. Like,
yeah, and they're young,
and they're all like 30 years old or younger, and like, and they can work with anybody. They just have amazing matches and amazing promos. To me, they can do no wrong, those 3 guys.
So yeah, this was just a fantastic match. 2 great wrestlers, really built. Just an awesome match. Not much more to say about that.
No.
Then I think
if there's a better move than the hidden blade, I don't know what the hell it is. I love that move. I just think that's because it looks so cool, and it's just it's a game changer. I just love that.
So yeah, Dustin, I guess we're getting Ricochet and Will Ospreay. I got to be honest. I thought when Ricochet wrestled on Dynamite the week before last, I thought Kyle Fletcher looked a lot better.
I agree.
Now, it could be that Ricochet's not used to doing these long matches because he's been doing, speed matches on Twitter. But he couldn't keep up with Kyle Fletcher. Now,
no,
I know you're paying this dude a lot of money. Hopefully,
and he also came off
delivers.
as a dork fest during like when Will
Yeah,
was talking.
I'm not sold on the guy, so
I didn't know if they intentionally did it that way. Like, is he supposed to come off as just kind of a dope?
I don't think he's going to be a big success. To be honest,
he'll have a great match with Ospreay because everybody has a great match.
Yeah,
with
and
Ospreay.
he can have great matches.
Yeah,
he didn't look that great with Kyle Fletcher. Honestly, he looked like he's blown up. But let's say that was just ring rust, or he's not used to doing them. He gets his cardio back. I don't think he really has the. He definitely does have the personality of Will Ospreay.
No,
or MJF or Swerve. So I don't know. I don't really think it's a great pickup for AEW, to be honest. But we'll see. Hopefully, he can prove me wrong.
I like Ricochet, and I remember like when we used to see him on like the old Dragon Gate USA and stuff. Like, he was amazing, and he still can do amazing stuff. But I think just doing that style of matches for as long as he has might be catching up with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and for the last 7 years, he's not really been. I mean, he does cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's not doing this level of match. So
right,
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully, he proves me wrong. Like I said, right now I'm not setting my world on fire.
Yeah, same here. But I'd like him to. Like, I hope he does well. But right now, I don't really see it either. I wouldn't bet against.
Good point. Dustin says he's still getting over the injury from Braun Breaker.
Oh, that'll do it.
So the next match was the dark horse match of the night for me. The surprisingly, I'm not gonna say it was the best match of the night, but it was great, and I thought it'd be good, but it was way better than I expected to be. And that was Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale in the Chicago Street Fight. This match was great. This was the best women's match of the night.
Where did this Statlander come from?
Yeah, she was awesome.
Because the last time I saw her, she bored me to tears. And like, I don't know. And Willow is so good too. Like,
yeah, I never seen her in like a hardcore match. Maybe I did once actually.
I think you did because remember the tag match?
Yeah,
it was her and
it was on Rampage.
Ruby Soho against Sammy Guevara's wife and I
like that she's a Sammy Guevara's wife.
I can't think of Ty Conti.
Yeah.
Against Ty Conti and The woman that used to be with the Dark Order.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I can't think. Anna J.
Yeah, Anna. Yep, Anna.
So yeah. But this the singles, great. Just
Amazing.
intense match, tons of just wild spotting right away. Like Statlander did like a flip dive off the top rope to Willow
That
outside
was
the ring.
crazy.
Yeah. And Willow gets out of the way, but she just smashed her with the legs. And so
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like you could say it's a botch, whatever, but it was a botch that looked good and it worked in the match.
And they sold it well too,
Yeah.
because even the commentators were like, wow, that missed her with the body, but did like hit her in the head with the leg.
Yeah.
And then they showed the replay, and wow, it really did. And two big women too.
Yeah.
Like Statlander, like, I don't always realize how big she is.
Yeah, she's a real big lady and
Yeah.
very powerful. She's gotten herself in amazing shape. Yeah, I
Yep.
just thought this was great. This is up there, probably like, I don't know to rank her, but like fourth. It sounds kind of bad, like the fourth or fifth best match, but like you had like
But it
some
was
great stuff on
tremendous.
there. Yeah.
And you're so right. This was the one that, like, this was my maybe I'll go make popcorn match. And I'm glad I didn't, because
Oh
it
yeah,
was fabulous.
it
Like,
was awesome.
I thought it was such a great match. Best Statlander match I think I've seen. Because I always think Willow brings it,
Yeah, I always think so too. She has this as an inherent people like her right away. Even when she wasn't even signed, I don't think. She definitely wasn't pushed. People just liked her right away. So the next match, Troy's boy Okada was defending his Continental title against Mark Briscoe, who I love. Mark Briscoe, Orange
Briscoe's the
Cassidy,
man.
I love.
I love all the guys.
I love.
See, Takeshita was the guy I thought was going to win it. I really did. I'm like, it's time to give this guy, because he's the only one of that group that hasn't had a belt in AEW.
Yeah, and he's fantastic.
Yep.
So I don't want to get Troy mad. I think Okada's.
Oh no worries.
I think he's a waste of money because he's getting like $5 million a year or something. I think he's horrible in the gimmick matches. I mean, I think he's downright terrible. No, but
what kind of gimmick matches?
In like any kind of hardcore stuff, I think he is just bad. But he had an awesome match versus Claudio the other week, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something to this guy. And he was very good in this match, I have to say.
Yep. I thought all four guys brought it.
Yeah, this was really fun match.
Yep. And it kept me guessing, too. It was one of those great times where it was like, I think Orange is going to get it. Oh, shit, he didn't. I think Chicken's going to get it. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, here we go. Takeshita's definitely bringing it home with this.
And his Rainmaker looked great in this match. I've seen it in some other stuff, but no, it looked awesome in here. He really took like Orange's head off with it.
Yep. And still, in my opinion anyway, the best drop kick in wrestling.
Oh, and his drop, yeah, you're right. His drop kick was great. I don't know. Maybe it took him a little bit of time to get acclimated to being wrestling in the United States, because on these last couple things I've seen, I was like, oh, I see why people like the guy. So
yep. And I think with him,
keep him out of hardcore stuff.
You're probably right, because like he was the weak link. I remember when they'd have him with the rest of the elite, and they do like those things. Like he looked so uncomfortable with them.
Yeah, because you could tell he didn't want to hurt the guy, which that's a good quality. But like he was hitting people so weak with stuff. I was like, oh my god.
You're right. And in this one, like Takeshita took his head off with a clothesline, so he took Takeshita's head off with his clothesline.
Then his Rainmaker versus Orange at the end for the finish was
when it like knocked him like head over heels on that one.
Yeah.
Which you might be right, though. Maybe he's getting more used to the guys around him. Maybe that took him a little bit of time.
So this was really
But he's got that weird charisma to him that, like, I think he can just work a crowd. And, like, they're so dying to cheer for him. You can tell every time, like, he's setting up the big Rainmaker, and then he goes down and then flips the crowd off, and they all fucking lose it.
I think that's fun. Briscoe, I'm glad I was like, man, I hope he doesn't get wasted here, because he's so, but they're starting to use him a lot, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah.
The one thing, their faction name is horrendous.
Who came up with that?
That does not fit this group at all.
Because I don't even think Briscoe could say the word.
No, he probably even know what it means. It should be like a group of businessmen or something. Like, Be like
Yeah,
a
these
be like
guys
a
should
Four
be like
Horsemen kind of group,
the
like a people dressed in suits and ties or something.
these guys should be just like the Wild Men or something like
Yeah, the
that, you
Wild
know? Like,
Bunch or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
just something crazy. But I
Um.
am happy that Orange has a group though, because like
Yeah, I'm a big
it
fan of
did make
Orange.
me sad when like the best friends kind of went
Yeah.
away. And
This is actually the
damn
first
right,
banner I ever had.
that's awesome.
And so I found it not that long ago, and so we put it up here. It's actually a lot bigger than the other ones. It's actually towers over this American Dragon
Oh
one.
yeah.
I actually kind of have to squish it in to fit it here. But, I don't know why it's so much bigger. He's cooler, probably.
That's true.
So yeah, we had Mercedes Moné versus Sheeta. I'm not the world's biggest Sheeta fan. I think
Yeah,
she's good. I don't
she's
really
good.
get the like people really think she's like the greatest or anything.
No, I don't either. My biggest problem with her is it seems like 7, 8 minutes into a match, she gets tired. And then she
But I've
gets
seen her
real
like she's had the
sloppy.
title so many times, and it seems like she just comes in and gets the title match like every time she comes back, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this was probably the weak match of the night, I thought.
Yeah, and it
I mean,
wasn't a
I didn't
bad
hate
match.
it. Yeah, I
No,
didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either. It just compared to the rest, I was kind of like, it's
Mm.
fine. Oh, by
I
the
just
way, the finish of the Statlander not Willow match was
oh,
awesome with the chain around the face.
that was so good. Yep, yep. That was another match that kept me guessing too, because I had no idea who was going to win. You know?
Yeah, I agreed. This was another one where it was like I did like assume Mercedes Moné was
Yeah,
winning.
it would have been kind of like what would the payoff like? Why would you have the person to break her streak?
Yeah. So
Wouldn't
you
be
gotta
Gina. I wouldn't
I
think.
think with Mercedes you really have to build these feuds.
Hmm.
Because she is good at that. She's way better heel. She works better as a heel now, and her strength is like the heel stuff leading into the match. So I know she does good matches too, but
Yeah, yep. But her cocky heel stuff is so good. You know?
yeah, so I think you got to work more on the build to the match because there wasn't
Yeah.
really much build to this.
Yeah, I wonder what are they doing with Hayter? Is Jamie Hayter going after which lady's belt?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
I think it would be a good time to start like a feud going, maybe with her and Mercedes. I think would be a pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So we didn't have
feud.
the world belt on here, just the TBS belt. We did have the champion on the show. She just didn't have a match.
Yep.
They
Which
do
was
present,
cool. I liked it when she came out and kicked the crutch away.
Yeah,
from,
and I'm a big
from
fan of
the
her.
other girl.
Mariah May.
Yep. Yeah, she's one that I didn't know anything about when she first came in.
Yeah,
And now
yeah,
she's one of the people that I can't miss. I love her.
yeah. So I assume with Mariah May that they'll do more matches with Timeless. That wouldn't be just one and
I
done.
would think so. Yeah.
It is weird they present the TBS title as the more prestigious of the two. I think it's because they're paying Monet so much.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But it's a little odd to me. But anyway, I'm not anti Mercedes Monet like a lot of people online. I like her. This match was fine. It was in a bad spot, and
yeah, I think they could
yeah.
have swapped the two ladies matches.
Yeah.
For like the two different spots.
Yeah,
But
they probably didn't know that going in, probably.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
then,
that was a fine match. It wasn't like either one did anything crazy. The only thing like I would do with Mercedes is give her a new finisher. I just don't like the finisher.
Yeah,
it just doesn't look good to me.
No, it doesn't look good. She can't do it to very big. It's like she can do it to Sheeta, but she can't do it to people much bigger than her.
Yep.
Like I know she does to Willow, but sometimes it's
but it was kind of bogus, like so, I don't know. I just think a better like an easier finisher.
It doesn't make sense that she's a very small woman that a really small athletic woman would do a power move for finish anyway.
Because I think if you gave her like a big crazy kick or some kind of stunner or something like that,
I agree.
Think would be
something
better.
That's sudden, quick that she could do to anybody.
Yep, agreed.
Even some kind of submission or something.
Yeah, that would be fine too. Because she got the long legs, she could like maybe wrap somebody up in some kind of choke with her legs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's a very awkward finish. It's like that one that MVP used to do,
Exactly.
Where they put
Yep.
the leg over the head, and
And you
it
got to
never looks
kind of,
good.
the guy's got to help you get into the move.
Yeah, it's not a
and it
natural
just
looking
looks
move.
silly. Yeah.
It's not. I agree. Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry. So I will say an issue with this match is basically no one is going into this thinking Jack Perry's going to beat. No,
True.
if we had Danielson as champ for months, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
But his very first match, while they're starting this angle of like what his next match could be his last, is Jack Perry going to retire him in his very first? I mean, I really don't think so.
No. Out of the long list of people that you're expecting Danielson to fight on his way, like, no, this would be the ultimate disappointment if he had lost it.
Yeah. And I like Jack Perry. It's a
me
little
too.
weird anyway, because I think like if you have Danielson, like this is his last run as a world champion. I don't know. I would pack it like all his title matches are like dream match opponents. So
I agree.
would I think Jack Perry dream match with
No.
Danielson? No, I wouldn't think that.
No.
But
because they have no history. It's not like, I could see if it was a guy that he had a feud with before.
Yeah.
And then he's coming back like, all right, you cost me.
Which we're probably going to lead into this now. So.
Yeah. Yep. You cost me the tag belts, 3 years ago.
I really hope they do the
I'm
Nigel
gonna get
match.
my revenge. Oh, me too. My two dream matches, Jack. I want the Nigel, and I want the rubber match with Zack Sabre Jr. Those are the two that I must have.
I agree 100%. They're so into Danielson. He comes out, he's super over. He looks so happy in AEW, which is cool.
Without a doubt.
I'll be honest, the match is going on, and I was kind of bored to be perfectly honest. So it's like all good wrestling, but I was just like, It's fine, whatever. But as Danielson always does, he builds and builds and builds, and at the end of the match, when things are really picking up, everyone's into it, and I was into it too.
Yeah, same here. This one did have a slow build up. You're right.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it was. Have they ever wrestled before? Because it was almost like both guys started out hitting each other at like half speed.
It came up actually on a Meltzer thing I was listening to. They had a match once before. Oh no, it was Christian.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if they ever did have a match or not.
Because it just seemed like, I don't know if either guy was worried about hurting the other one, but it just seemed like nobody really hit awfully hard.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, I think it was really like they're building it almost like an old school match where it's
okay.
Like a lot of mat wrestling and stuff. And that's fine, but I was just personally bored, I think, because we had so much crazy stuff before. But it's also good to give people a different, some different stuff. And then, so they start doing all the big
10 minutes into it, I think I got into it. But to start with, it took me a while.
So start doing all the big moves. I'm into it. And then, the Bucks come, and I was kind of deflated. I was like, I don't think we really need to see like interference in the Danielson match and so whatever. But then, I thought it was cool that Moxley comes out.
That was way cool. Well, I thought it was Claudio with the white shirt when I first saw him.
But Danielson won, which I thought, people thought. But by the end of the match, I was really into it.
Yep. And I even liked the end when Perry was just kind of like, look, man, here I am.
Yeah, just like, and
then see what you got,
Shivani had a good line. He's like, he's defiant to the very end.
Yep. Which is cool. I like that because it fits the character,
Yeah. Jim Ross at some points of time, I'm like, I don't know what this dude's talking about. But,
I think it's neat that they wheel out Ross for like the
I agree.
events and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Every once in a while he's saying stuff. I'm like, what is he even talking about? But
yeah, sometimes I think he's talking about a different match or something that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 50 years.
Yeah, and he's getting all pissed. I'm like, okay, man. And he'll really fixate on just some oddball fact that who gives a fuck? I'm like, okay.
And the other guys are trying to work around him, but still try to include him in. And it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought the commentators were all real good tonight, too. I was happy we got Daddy Magic doing
Daddy Magic's a
start,
real great on the commentary. We had Nigel on early.
Even
Like,
Taz didn't annoy me when he
yeah,
came
I
out.
agree. And I'm normally like, oh my god, forget Taz.
Yep.
But yeah, he wasn't saying a bunch of just cornball jokes and stuff. I
Yep.
think because there was so much, some real violent stuff. So
Maybe that's why he was better at that, because then he was like, well, I'll tell you when somebody's got you in a chokehold like that. And that's the kind of stuff that I actually kind of dig Taz when he's talking
yeah,
about. You know, like the in-ring experience stuff. Like, I've been involved in some mean matches and chair shots and this and that. So, like, when he does that, I'm totally fine with him.
I agree. So the big Danielson wins with the Combat Club comes out. Moxley, who if you like or dislike Moxley, that's fine or whatever. But when Cornette, if I had never seen Moxley and Cornette says he's like an emaciated plumber, I would have a certain vision in my head. Then you see the guy and I'm like, what? He's like bigger than most of the people on the show.
Yeah,
Besides like the
besides
giant
Claudio,
guys.
like, and Claudio's maybe, what, 2 inches taller?
Yeah, Claudio's taller, but he's not as thick.
No, he looked. They could have been brothers when they were out there with the white T-shirts
Yeah,
on.
and he's more ripped.
Yeah,
But like Moxie's a big dude, so that's just baffling to me.
yeah,
So,
it's just stupid to me.
so they that was cool to me. It was a cool moment. They get in the ring. So they do the big turn.
Yeah, and I didn't see it coming. I don't know if you did or
No,
not.
and normally those ones I do see, and so I thought it was cool. Wheeler Yuta was like against it, so they were holding him back.
Yep.
And then my only issue, well, there's a couple. I do have a couple. I like the plastic bag. It's
Yeah, I
from
did
one
too,
of
because I had never seen that before. I thought that was really
Terry
neat.
Funk did it in one of my favorite matches. Terry
Oh,
Funk
okay.
versus Ric Flair. I Quit match.
Oh, all right.
It was great. It was very, very violent. I think it got him in
Yeah.
trouble on TV when they showed it.
Probably did.
Uh,
That's not something you want to like be a proponent
No.
of. You know?
So my only issue with I have two issues with it though. I think it's a great angle, also, but I think you needed more people coming out to try to stop it because it's like legit murder.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you need like other wrestlers. You need like
You need
actual
Tony
officials.
coming out because, like, this is his champ.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey,
you need
stop this
you
nonsense.
need a lot. You can't just. He's not just in there, putting him in a headlock or something.
Yeah, yep.
He's got a plastic. That's like, and the crowd's chanting,
Oh,
"This
yeah.
is murder,"
Yeah.
which would make me laugh. And so that, because it was a very long time he had him in it.
Mhm.
But it was very violent. I like that. I like violence in wrestling. I know
Yep.
some that turns people off, even though wrestling is inherently violent.
Yep.
But this may be a minor thing, but I think having that really violent angle before this next match was probably not wise because the
You're
next
probably
match was
right.
like your ultra violence.
Yep. Yep.
So to
This
have
was-
like a ultra violence before ultra violence, I think you probably
I think my only
maybe
beef
save this for Dynamite.
was why do they have to have that woman with them?
She
Because
stinks.
every time I've seen her, she does
stinks.
nothing for anyone.
No,
Like,
she's never been any good.
is it Shafir? Is that her name?
Yeah, Maria Shafir. I remember, wasn't she like laughably bad? Like people talked about her having like some of the worst matches people have ever seen.
Yeah. And why
Yeah, I don't get it.
maybe she's a nice person, or
They
maybe she's got blackmail photos on somebody, but
people
like,
said that Moxie was really high on her.
why? I don't understand it. She must be the ultimate diamond in the rough then, because I have never seen anything from her.
Yeah, I don't get it. Does this lead to do you rename the group, or do they stay the Blackpool Combat Club?
See, that's a good question, because now you'll have two different factions. And what happens with the 6-man belts?
Yeah, because now it's the group is Moxley, Pac, and Claudia, which is cool.
Yep. And then
Well,
the
yeah,
other
no.
faction would be Yuta
And Danielson.
And
Is there another
Danielson.
member?
I don't think so.
So yeah, so it's interesting. That sets up some big matches
Mhm.
for Danielson. You also had they teased Christian doing the match.
Oh yeah, yep, that's true. So that's
So we'll get the Christian match at some point, or maybe he'll tease that for a while because that really suits his gimmick, where he would just come out and always tease going for the title.
Yep.
But yeah, you have All three of those are good matches, though. You could do Danielson Pack.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
really good. Danielson Claudio would be awesome. And then Danielson Moxley is like, that's like,
That's the
definitely big
ultimate.
main event pay-per-view match.
Yep. Which will be great, though, if that's the way that they want to go and have it like, you start with this one, go to that one, and then finish off with Moxley.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 5 minutes before we do the main event.
All right. So Troy's gonna he's gonna go I don't know. Go drop a log and make a pot of coffee. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. What do you think about that? Do I have any videos here I could play, Dustin? Do you know? I would like to go get a cup of coffee. Well, we'll probably just come back and talk about this, but I don't have any videos queued up. Let's see here. How about this? Here's a good ditty. Oh, I got something here. Check this out. We'll be right back.
I am so invested in finding this creature that I have written a rap about it.
Who's the ape that broke out of the zoo? Dr. Zoomer's watching everything he do.
Hey, yo, that's Psycho Ape.
Who's the primate that'll murder your crew? Take your head and stab a banana right through.
Hey, yo, that's Psycho Ape.
And who's the chick that was on his dick on some straight up bestiality shit?
Nancy Banana.
And who's that wannabe Jane Goodall? Wife to buy an ape, not appalled at all.
Nancy Banana.
And who's that doctor that just won't die? Always close by like a private eye.
Dr. Zoomis.
Who's the male psycho ape in the can? Dressed up like he's on safari in Pakistan. It's always asshole news, no matter what channel's on. I feel for the guy who died after being violently shat upon. Psycho ape, turn the body count up till the break of dawn. Dr. Zoomis was so obsessed that he wrote this song. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. He broke out of prison just to see your fate. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Nancy gonna cheer him on while he eats your face. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Dr. Zoomis stay hating, trying to crack the case. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Shot him like a Harambe, climbing the Empire State. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. He broke out of prison just to see your fate. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Nancy gonna cheer him on while he eats your face. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Dr. Zoomis stay hating, trying to crack the case. Go crazy, go bananas, go psycho ape. Shot him like a Harambe, climbing the Empire State.
Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty.
The things you've read, the things you've learned, the things you know about Arbor Day lies.
Trees. Why did it have to be trees?
Steve, I need you to promise me no sap of an innocent tree will be spilled.
What the fuck?
Beware the trees of Arbor Day! Booyah! Arbor Day, the campaign should be launching early this week.
Nice.
You can help us fund our first feature film together. It'll be a good time.
That one makes me
Booyah!
smile every time I see it.
Yeah, so we just need some cash to help put this together. There's a lot of cool perks. So help if you can. So we had Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana, lights out steel cage match. This was fucking crazy.
And they had set the bar pretty high from their last bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is like, what, the fourth time? Or, including like ones where they were with other people, or fifth time maybe?
Yeah.
Because they were in that one double cage thing where it was the Elite against Team AEW. And so there's been a lot of brutality with these guys.
Brutality. Yeah. This is the most heated feud in the company.
One of my personal favorite feuds ever.
Yeah.
I just think these two guys are just so great together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. They bring out the best of both of each other. I thought the Hangman feud really elevated Swerve to world champion material, and I also thought it really reinvigorated Hangman's career.
Definitely did. Both guys.
I think if I just heard about the angle Wednesday without seeing it, I might have thought, "Whoa, I don't know about that." But watching it actually really worked. I thought it was really entertaining. It was a great visual of Hangman sitting outside on the chair as the house burned behind him.
And then Swerve comes out and that's on his shirt, on the back of his shirt. I thought that was just classic.
Yeah. So my friend was at the show tonight, and I was just reading his text here. He says, "I don't know exactly what to say. I don't know what I just watched. I mean, it was wild. Could not
That's
take
kind
my
of the
eyes off
way.
it. But it was so crazy. A lot of the people there were turned off by it. I just don't know what I'm thinking right now. So interesting.
I think if you weren't like at least a little weirded out by it, then you might have problems.
Yeah,
because this was some uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah, so like the power bomb on the cinder block, I'm like, whoa, that's like looked very dangerous, very painful.
Yeah,
that was crazy. There was lots of crazy stuff, but the end. So we'll get to the very end. Pulls out a needle of some kind. Sticks it.
Yeah, this is after he yanks out his
grill.
His grill there. Yeah.
Are they not like glued in?
I thought they were, but I don't know.
Yeah. Otherwise, like they'd be easy to steal, I would think.
Yeah, you would
rob
think.
people. So, and he stuck the hypodermic needle. I don't know if he stuck it completely through his cheek or what.
I thought he did, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, because then I guess the idea though was that he injected him. I think.
Oh.
Did he inject him to like give him something to like make him pass out?
Maybe so.
I think that's what happened. And then he just waylaid him with a chair, which they cut away from, which makes me think which is good if it was like a gimmick chair.
Yeah.
Because they cut away. Now, either they cut away just in case you saw the chair like pop open or something, or they cut away thinking we shouldn't show this. But if that's why they did it, why do it in the first place?
Yeah. Just the sound of it, though, like it sounded like he absolutely leveled them with it.
Oh yeah. So this, like, I'm not going to argue anyone who's like that's too much or anything like that. For me, I loved it.
Yep.
I did
right down to the splinter from his house.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, he's going, and then he ended up tagging Hangman with that thing.
That was great.
Hangman looks like Gene Wilder gone insane now.
Yeah.
And I love it. I just love his look. His hair's all
and I was a guy who was like
nuts.
I was really like kind of done with this guy, but he's great in this feud.
Mm-hmm. Now that he's just unhinged, he's just awesome.
The burnt shard of the house really reminded me of so there's two things to two of my favorite matches. The plastic bags out of the Ric Flair Terry Funk I Quit, and the shard. It wasn't a burnt shard, but it was very similar to the Magnum TA Tully Blanchard.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. These guys have been watching their classic like
Crockett era NWA.
Crockett. Yep.
So yeah, I thought this was awesome. Now
it was tremendous.
It really did make me like whoa, I don't know about that when he was putting the needle in him.
And right at the get-go, like I thought they made it look so cool and believable because like the cage is coming down.
Oh yeah, that was another
Swerve
great
attacks
spot.
Hangman, starts killing him, throws him back in the ring, and then both guys are just so stubborn. They're pushing the other guy's head through the bottom of the ropes so that when the cage comes down, it's going to land on their heads.
Mm-hmm.
but both guys are so stubborn they don't care about their own head. They're just,
Yeah.
and so Prince Nana comes over and pushes them both in like
Yeah, it was great. Even
nuts, you know?
one, I think it was Shivani's like, he's gonna decapitate him. So this was wild. I know it'll get a lot of people not into it, but I was totally into it.
Oh, me too. Me too. This reminded me of like the crazy days of ECW or like,
With like
any of those
with
crazy
higher
South
production value.
things. Yeah. Yep. And both guys just gave it their all. Like they both, I can imagine they're both incredibly sore right now
Yeah.
because both guys took just stupid shots and
Yeah. And it's on pay-per-view, so I think when you get a pay-per-view show, you should get more than what you can see on TV, and this definitely was that.
But even being a long time, wrestling fan and like horror movie fan, there was some of that stuff that really made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, the needle especially.
The needle and the piece of wood, because the way they're going, and they're both big guys. They're both, what's Hangman? Like
Hangman
240?
Weight on it. And then Swerve went
And it's
over
about this far away from like Swerve's eye. And when
Yeah.
Swerve starts tagging Hangman in the head with it, it's right above his eyebrow. And like, I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of weirded out here.
Yeah.
I'm getting zombie vibes, It's like,
yeah, went through the eye. So yeah, this
Yeah.
was friggin' fantastic. I thought it was great. I remember the one pay-per-view where they did the really heavy blood and Hangman was like drinking his blood or vice versa. That was pretty. I was into it, but I know.
oh yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
say
when he
you're
picked up
wrong.
Swerve like he was like a wineskin.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
started drinking his blood. That was maybe the single craziest thing I've ever seen in wrestling. But this one had some stuff right with it, like with the drops onto like the block and some of those chair shots and even some of those great like throws against the cage and stuff. They were doing some great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, this was wild. So I had a great time. I thought it was awesome. The show really had some really like great wrestling, some crazy hardcore stuff.
Yep.
Seemed to go pretty. I know it was 6 hours, I guess, or not 6 hours.
Was it really 5
4
hours,
hours,
6
I guess,
hours?
4
Yeah.
hours.
Plus the
5 hours
pre-show,
with
right?
yeah. But it went by pretty fast to me.
It sure
I do
did.
think they've cut them down a little bit in time because I know for a while they were 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
So, the show itself.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought it was awesome. I had a really great time.
Yeah,
I wish we
between
kept
the
pay-per-views
last
forever.
pay-per-view and this one,
Yeah, all in,
like,
all
and
out.
to start with, I was like, well, maybe they're too close together. But it just seems like, I mean, I was still licking it up. I was down with it.
I don't know why they do want to put them so close together. I don't really see why, but I mean, they're great shows. So.
Yeah, yep. And shout out to Triller, formerly Fight TV, because I think you did the same thing. I got both shows for like
75.
what was it, 35? I mean, yeah, that's what it was. It was like a savings of like $15-$20 or whatever if you bought them both.
And I think they're doing it for the next 3 together. You can buy the next
are they?
3 then.
Nice.
The World's End and whatever the next 3 are. I think it's the last 3 of the year.
Oh, okay, sweet. I'll probably do that too because, like,
I get them anyway.
Save a little money, why not?
Yeah, I'm going to buy them anyway. Might as well save some money. On Collision, it wasn't televised, but Tony Khan came out and told the crowd that we're here to stay on TBS.
Oh, nice, good.
So, from what people they assume the deal has been done.
That's a good thing. Like I know some people were looking forward to him going on Max or whatever.
Well, a lot of them looking forward to just dying, but I think
those are jerk offs, so I don't listen to them.
No, I think the Max deal could still happen because I think it's all connected. If they went on Max, it would be like, I guess the pay-per-views in like the library.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, that would be fine then. But
it would
the
be
regular
great.
Show would still be on.
TNT. Like it's great for me as a viewer if the pay-per-views are all on a network kind of deal, like WWE. I don't know how smart it is for the company because their pay-per-views make a lot of money. But as a viewer, it would be great for me. And the issue with that, I don't think you could ever go back.
Yeah.
So once you do that, I don't think you can, like, okay, now it's, $5 or $10 to buy these every month and all this other programming. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're not on there anymore. Now you got to pay $50 for the one show again. I don't think you can do it.
Oh, yep.
I mean, you could try it, but I don't think people would ever do it. So, like, if WWE went back to regular pay-per-view, I don't think people would buy them.
Yeah, like I think you kind of get used to not having to, and so
Yeah. So a shout out to our producers here, El Santos World, Brian Matthew Clutter, and Ghost in Your Head. Yeah. And our Hall of Famers, Babel GT, Vic Schiavone, Tech Dingoes, and Ricky Ferguson.
nice.
So yeah, we have some more. We got a lot of spots here. So if you can help out the show, if you'd like to help cover the cost here, please join. And you can also always Venmo or super chat the show, or you can send a PayPal if you like. But yeah, you don't have to. We're gonna keep doing the show, but if you'd like to help support the show, we would appreciate it.
Never hurts.
Yes. And you can be a cool producer here and get your name across the show also.
Which is kind of nifty, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. And Coast is happy because his boy El Santos World is back here on the producers list. That's not El Santos Loco. That's just El Santos World.
Oh. Different thing? I did not know.
Different guy. Yeah, he's an artist. He's cool. He
Oh,
does
no
a lot of cool paintings. He does some wrestling paintings and whatnot. We'll show some on the show this week.
Okay, cool.
And Brian Matthew Clutter. I'm actually the god parent of his daughter.
Oh, that's too cool.
Mm-hmm. My movie, and I know there's a guy on the Facebook who's all pissy. He was just stop talking about your movies. So for that guy specifically, you can the Blu-rays have arrived, so you can go and buy Once and Future Smash End Zone 2 special edition Blu-ray. It's got a ton of special features on there. They're also streaming on Amazon, YouTube, and End Zone 2 is on Tubi.
Nice.
Yes. All right. So we'll be back. I think we'll probably be back Tuesday too. Me and Inchman. Maybe the Flea will join us again. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
might call in and Skype in and
video in,
Zoom in, whatever we do.
Stream, like you could Zoom in, sounded cool, Skyping in, and I love StreamYard. I think it's better than all those, but you know what? We should call it streaming.
Oh, there you go.
You could stream in on Tuesday.
But their little song on there when you're testing the speakers is pretty catchy.
I don't think I've ever even heard that.
When they're doing the testing the speakers on StreamYard, sounds like they're working.
I've never heard this.
Yeah, when you go on there, when you test your system and go over and test your speakers.
Are you making this up?
See, if you go to settings, do you see the settings?
Can you do it right now live on the show?
Let's do it. Go to settings.
All right.
And
audio. Yeah, I don't think I can test them right now.
All right. Let's see if mine will. Can you hear mine?
No, I'm not hearing the music. Maybe I'll try it on my phone.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just going to say Troy's lying to me. I don't know. Is this an elaborate rib?
No, not at all.
All right. So
go to settings, then audio.
Hold on. We got to go. I got to pull up Chrome, StreamYard. Make sure my speakers are up on my.
You might have this song on your playlist after you listen to it.
Okay. Let's see here. Enter studio.
And under speaker, over on the right, it'll have a little test.
It's not on my. Maybe it's not on the phone.
Oh, all right. Maybe you're too cool to test.
Yeah, no test.
Okay.
Damn it. Now
Plus,
I think Troy's
pretty
just making
goddamn
this up.
catchy. Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a
Can
great show.
I'm going to try to open a whole other page and see if this
All
works.
right. Testing the
StreamYard.
speakers on StreamYard.
Now you're making
Sounds
me.
like they're working.
I
Have a
agree.
great show.
Hangman Page and Swerve is best violent steel cage. Yeah, it was great.
Just amazing. Once a year, it should be a law that they must have a cage match.
Exactly.
I don't care if they're tag partners. I just want them to have a cage match. Just so they can brutalize each other. And they'll find out new ways to kill each other, every time they have a match.
I'm still here, right?
You're still there. You're not singing to the song, though.
Oh, here, a speaker test.
All right. Is there a test?
Yeah, so I'm going to share this screen so people can hear it.
I'm ready.
StreamYard, okay. Otherwise, if I don't share it, they won't be able to hear it. All right.
Testing this. Sorry, jumping the gun.
So look at this. We're going to click audio.
Yep. Oh, there you go. There's the test. I'm all excited.
Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show. Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show.
This song is brought to you by Kelsey and Presley and StreamYard support. Have a great show.
Have a great show. See, now you'll want to listen to that every time.
Yeah, I want to. Can you download it? Can you?
I want to.
Damn,
that'd be the song like I'd lip sync to if I'm ever on like RuPaul's Drag Race.
I thought. Can you ask that for if I'm going to go to karaoke? I'm like, do you guys have the? You're listening to StreamYard music? Like, what the fuck? Get the hell out of here, asshole!
I'll do the background. I
love it. I know it's my tune. I'm gonna listen to that tonight.
That's my
we
jam.
got Dave Deadman in the chat room, Troy.
He's singing along.
Davy Deadman, king of the corpses and dead. It's a good dude. I like that guy. Such positive reinforcement. I go for a jog to that tune. Hell yeah. It's going to be my new workout music.
Have a great show.
Have a good jog. You're listening to the StreamYard. I like it. All right. Should we take off? It's almost 2 a.m.
I think we've done enough damage for one night.
All right. So Tuesday, check us out. We'll be back here at our regular time, the regular Heady time, regular Heady channel. Me and the Inchman and the Flea's going to stream into. We'll see what Inchman thought of this show. He's probably, I don't know about that.
That was awfully violent.
I was kind of scared not to use my pants. No, but I don't know. We'll find out. So that'll be fun. Go and join the Facebook group. Go look up In Your Head on Facebook. You can send in questions and send in some cool wrestling questions like our boy Nikhil. Not idiotic asshole questions like Alexa.
How much do you pay for your best lap dance?
Does your underwear talk to you? Can your shoelaces see you? So yeah, go do that. It's a fun time. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit that little icon, not the internet icon, but that little bell icon. You'll get a notification every time we go live or every time there's a new video. Help support the show. Join the Headyverse, Venmo, or PayPal, Super Chat during the show. Share this out to the world. Share it to your Twitter and your Threads and your Instagram and your Facebook and your Friendster. Share it over on your Rumble page. Share it to your subreddit.
Are you seeing into the future, or these things really exist?
I think they exist. Share it on your Bumble.
My Bumble. Sounds kind of personal.
Yeah. So, go and share it all around. Go and write it on the walls for a good time. Listen to IOWrestling.com.
I think that works.
Exactly. You'll make friends and you'll lose enemies.
All right, good. Losing the enemies. That's good. Don't want enemies.
And then Thursday, me and Terrible Troy will be on live Without Your Head 4. We'll have the gang of Psycho Ape 2.
That'll be A-OK.
We will have Greg DeLucio, Addison Benek, Bill Whedon, Kansas Bowling, and Jibs the Clown.
Did you just make that last one up?
No, I did make the name up, but it is the character that I play in Psycho Ape 2.
All right.
And I get to name my character.
Are you going to be in clown makeup for the show?
I don't have the makeup. I don't wear makeup, actually. But I do wear a clown suit. But I do have the clown nose because I accidentally kept the nose and brought it home with me. So I stole the nose. Put it up on eBay.
Wear that on Thursday.
Psycho Ape 2 game used nose. Movie used nose. All right. Any last words? Anyone here in the chat? Give it to us now. Otherwise, we're going to get the hell out of here. Thank you guys for listening. And thank you, the Flea, for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure, Jack.
And
thank you, everybody, for joining both the In Your Head and Without Your Head fantasy football league.
Yeah, I'm in there this time. I'm always in there, but I actually was in the draft this time.
Yes, he was part of the live draft.
So I'll probably do terrible.
Well, that'll teach you next time to just let the computer do it, you know?
Right, yeah. And if you didn't join this year, remind next year. We do it every year, fantasy football. There's a Without Your Head horror league and the In Your Head wrestling league.
And also on the Without Your Head on ESPN, I also signed us up for a special Arbor Day edition of Pick'em on that. And so it's actually got a cash prize. If any of us can make it to the end of the season, you can win like up to 10 grand, I think.
Hell yeah.
Which means it's probably really easy to do. So it probably happens a lot.
Exactly. 10 grand. We're halfway there to make an Arbor Day.
Exactly. Yep. So all I got to do is win this thing. But I put up the link on the Without Your Head Facebook page. So check it out.
All right, do it up.
And if you get in before tomorrow's game. So do it tonight or tomorrow morning.
Do it and do it then.
Do it now.
Do it now. Right. All right. So until next time, this is Jackie Jones.
And the Flea.
And this was In
Your
Head. Let's get the hell out of here. Booyah! New outro.
Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.